open it up to questions.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all being on the call to cover this game, our program, our players. It's an honor and a privilege to play in a conference championship game. For our university to be doing it 4 years in a row is amazing. To get an opportunity to do it any year is special. And I'm excited about taking this on with our players. We've got a tremendous opponent in North Texas. I have a lot of respect for Eric. And man, they are really well coached and very talented. I'm going to see if we can convince them to go a little bit slower, so maybe we can get a couple stops in the game. But man, a lot of respect for the outfit we're playing, and I'm very honored and privileged that Tulane, given the circumstances we're in, is allowing me to coach in the game and do this experience with our players. Because when you have a chance to pursue a championship, man, there's nothing like it. So with that, I'll open it up. I don't think
All right.
y'all probably have any questions, so I think I'll get off the call. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go to the first question to Dan Tortora.
Coach, good to see you again. Just looking at the fact of what you're doing here, we know that you're moving forward to Florida, but you're staying with this team through the American Championship. You're staying with them if and when you go to the college football playoff. Just bring me into your commitment to the team, their commitment to you, and the school's commitment to you as well, that you're going to see this thing through.
Yeah, well, my commitment to the team's simple. I told these guys at the start back in July. We did a guest speaker series every Wednesday, and we had Kellen Moore, the head coach of the Saints, come talk. We had an NFL agent come talk. We had a financial planner come talk. Every Wednesday, we did a different guest speaker. At the end of the speaker series this summer in July, the guest speaker was me. And I share with our guys that player movement, coach movement, all that, man, we finished the job. And, the timing of when coaches have to make decisions about whether they're going to coach in 2026 is really kind of choppy and doesn't line up with how you finish 2025. I'm not a big fan of the calendar, but you make decisions about next year maybe a little earlier than you like. And our guys, man, I asked them, like, are y'all good with me coaching this game? And our players like, heck yeah, coach. Like, we've been there together the whole process. And so I'm committed to our team. Our team's committed to playing the game the right way. I'm very grateful for Tulane. I really am, and them affording me the opportunity to finish this with our guys was really important to me, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity. And it's about our players. Everything we do in our program is player driven. It's not about me. Never has been, never will be. And Tulane football is bigger than a head coach. It's bigger than Willie Fritz. It's bigger than me, and it's bigger than who the next guy will be. All right. And so it's player driven. It's about the players. And I couldn't be more thrilled to get a chance to coach these guys in a conference championship game and see them pursue something that's very special.
And when you look at this conference and you look at the fact that not just yourself, but also Eric Morris, Alex Golish, moving forward, and Ryan Silverfield, we've seen coaches through the American go to the autonomy conferences. What does it say about the level of talent of the coaches here and about the pedigree of coaches and programs that the SEC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the ACC are constantly looking at the American?
Let's start with this. Like, coaches get a lot of recognition when things go good and a lot of blame when it goes bad, and deservedly so on both. But anytime a coach is positioned to maybe move on to a job that they feel like is an opportunity they can't turn down, it's usually because a lot of people have pulled the rope the same direction to help create success. And it starts with players. You got to have great players, man. I'm a really good coach when we have good players, and we don't have very good players, I'm not a very good coach. So pretty simple. And so it's all about the people that have been around me to create success. It's my job to maybe get the right people on the bus, and we've been fortunate to do that at Tulane. We've had a ton of roster turnover. We've got 60 new players on this year's team, and that's the world we live in now. But there are a lot of good coaches in this league, but the attention the coaches get as a head coach has got a lot to do. You just named off, I think, 4 names. There's 1,000 people in each program that have something to do with those people's opportunities.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, next question will be Mark Narducci.
Coach, I asked Coach Morris this too. It's good that everyone's on board with everything about you still coaching a team, but could you talk about the difficulties that the situation is for you as a coach, where you're preparing for a championship, but also you're getting ready to make your next move as well, and worry about that team as well.
Yeah, the biggest difficulty is when do you sleep? You know, not much of that happening. Um, Look, you do have maybe some duties that can distract at times, and you have to make sure you're focused. I'm very fortunate to have an unbelievable staff. I don't call the offense or the defense or the kicking game, so that's allowed me to be a little bit more freed up. I manage how we play the game in all three phases and kind of help our guys put a plan together on how we orchestrate trying to give ourselves the best opportunity to win each week. But I did a Zoom last night with our recruits and my athletic director at Tulane to help them understand what a special place that was and why they should stay there. I Zoomed with the committed class at Florida and helped them understand why they've got made such a special commitment to a place at the University of Florida. And so there's definitely more work to be done than maybe conventional in 1 week for getting ready for a game. With signing day, that's probably the biggest component, is making sure you get to Wednesday. Once Wednesday gets over, the one positive is the transfer portal, even though it's never really closed, it's always open because all the, people are always reaching out to guys left and right. But the formality of the portal being open not till January does at least take one component off of this process and make it a little bit cleaner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Next question will be from Gary Smith.
Hi, John. North Texas gets all the attention for their passing game with Mestamaker, but since the South Florida game, they've averaged over 200 rushing yards in 6 games. How difficult does that make it? Because you've got to guard against the pass and you get light box and stuff like that. How much has that made them even more of a threat?
Yeah, the quarterback's a good player. They got good receivers. I think the two biggest things I've noticed with their offense is their O-line has significantly improved from last year. We played them last year, and it looks like a completely different unit the way they're playing the game. And then the running back is a special player. I mean, all the running backs are good, but the main guy, Hawkins, is a real dynamic player. He's physical. He runs with leverage. He's got good speed. So they're a challenging outfit. I mean, all you do is look up each week, and you feel like it's just like kind of normal for them to score 50 points. I mean, it's amazing what they're doing offensively. I think they're first in scoring offense and total offense in college football right now. So it looks like there might be some rain. I hope it's a monsoon. Might help us. The Green Wave would play better if it's wet, I think.
And then I hear you're considering Brad White for defensive coordinator at Florida, but how do you, with your staff at Tulane, how do you handle who's coming, who's not coming, and all of that while you're preparing?
Yeah, that's a fair question, Gary. And I'll get into that later today. Here locally, I'm in Gainesville for a couple hours, and I'm going to be back in New Orleans here tonight. But I always start with who's in place. Where am I going? When I went to Troy's head coach, Gary, I kept 5 of the 10 full-time coaches. You saw me walk into Tulane, and a lot of guys stay. So I always survey the landscape of what place am I walking into first. And I shared with our staff yesterday at Tulane. I said, guys, I'd love to tell everybody pick up and let's go and do this together there. That's not reality. And there will be some guys that can come. There will be some guys that there's not opportunity for because of people that need to be here that are already here. And then I got to add some people to the equation that aren't at Florida or at Tulane. Because my job now is to put together the absolute best staff I can for the Florida Gators. And that's my duty moving forward in regards to staff building. And, sometimes that's hard because you got a lot of people you care about and you love and friendships and relationships, but you got to do what's right by the place you're going to.
Thanks.
All right, next question will be from Jonah Dillon.
Hey, John, you were talking about it earlier, but when you look at the kind of calendar and signing days in 2 days, how do you prioritize? What are those conversations like with recruits? And then how do you just prioritize your time in terms of everything you have to deal with over the next couple of days?
Like I said, there's no sleep. That goes last on the calendar. What I would tell you is the people here at Florida have done an amazing job helping hold this recruiting class together. We got a really good class here. I would love nothing more than Tulane to hold their class together. And like I said, I made a Zoom call yesterday to try to help them keep all their guys committed. And then I think you have to make the most important things the what you do put on the front burner, not the back burner. And so responding to everybody's text message right now is not very important to me. Like I got probably 700 of them. I'll get back to everybody next week. My job right now is to make sure our players at Tulane are taken care of. And then it's to make sure that we're, as I kind of have to do the parts of the job at Florida that matter to get 2026 ready for Florida. There's a few things that you have to do, but it's not responding to everybody's text telling you congrats right now. I'll get back to those in a week or two or January or whenever.
Okay, got time for a couple more. Let's go to Brett Vito next.
Yeah, hey, Coach. Coach Morse was talking a little bit about how you guys kind of talked to each other a little bit since you were going through the same process. What were those conversations like over the course of the last couple of weeks?
Great. Eric and I are great friends. I talked to Emo. I talked to Lane Kiffin several times in the last 2 weeks. We all talked about the process of what we were doing. I did, at least to those two individuals, because just wanted to, Lane reached out to me. I reached out to Emo, and we all have kind of talked, I think, to just kind of talk through, hey, how does this work? Because really, the NFL calendar makes a ton of sense. You play your games, and then coaches, after the games are done, they can take jobs, and then you do free agency in the draft, and you get ready to play some more games the next season. But our world doesn't work like that, and you have to figure out what works for each individual and the place you're at, the place you're going.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, and last one, we'll go to Richie from WGNO.
What's going on, Coach? I think I saw a picture of you at practice this morning. You're in Gainesville right now. You're about to be introduced here in about 30 minutes. I mean, how do you just describe the emotions of the day, of the week, and how you've really been able to balance everything?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's bittersweet. I love the place at Tulane. I love the city of New Orleans. And I love the team and our players, man. I love them, like freaking love them. And so leaving is hard when you've invested in the people and you care so much about the place. I'm privileged to be coming to a place that's, I think, one of the best jobs in college football. And so when I came to Tulane, I told the administration there I wasn't leaving for just another P4 job. I've turned down some of those opportunities since being at Tulane. I did tell them if I ever leave Tulane, it'll be for what I think is one of the blue blood programs in college football,
getting up to
which is the University of Florida.
Can all
Mute.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. I think with that, we will wrap it up. We'll let you get back to your very busy day. Thanks so much
Thank
for joining
y'all.
us, and good luck on Friday.
Thank y'all. Roll wave. Appreciate you.